pretty bright today.
Glad I'm not outside. It's horrible. It's raining.
It is.
Pouring with rain and it's cold.
Yes, 5 degrees out there today. I know that's not bad in some...
And I've been to the post office.
For some people, I've had really bad weather these last few weeks.
It's nothing, is it?
Not for us, no.
Good morning, I'm Ian.
And I'm Mike.
I've got a project for you today that's a little bit different. A couple of people, well, quite a few people have asked to see me build something steampunk. Again, one of the little machines that I build.
Oh, right, okay. We're doing a steampunk build.
We're doing a steampunk build based on a mint tin.
Ah.
It's only tiny. So let's switch the overhead camera and get cracking.
I can't wait. Interesting pile.
It is. It's a lot. It looks like a lot of bits and bats, but it does actually make sense in my head. So, as we discussed earlier, a mint tin.
Yes.
Which measures roughly...
It's empty, I presume.
Oh, of course it is. 1.5 inches by 3 inches. Nice little size tin.
Mm-hmm.
One of my light-up eyeballs that I sell.
They're a bit gruesome, aren't they?
They're lovely, aren't they? Battery terminal. A little print to go on a dial. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm building, and if it's the TARDIS dematerialization strength.
Oh, right, okay.
A camera iris. Oh, sorry.
Oh, is this from a real old camera?
Yeah, have you got a white piece of paper? Just that one will do.
Yeah. So you can see the iris underneath it. There you go.
Yeah, these are from my friend Phil.
Has he moved to New Zealand yet?
No, not yet. A split pin. A perspex disc, which isn't blue, it's clear. A selection of MDF laser cuts.
Medite ones.
Medite, yeah. Mm-hmm. 2 quite thick ones stacked together, and that measures about 1/2 inch. And 2 backing plates. You'll see why they're that shape in a minute. Plus the mint tin. Okay, to start with, I've covered the mint tin in blue leatherette. Didn't want to do it on camera because I use a lot of bad language normally,
right.
And it's a bit of a nightmare.
By leatherette, you mean it's pleather?
Pleather, yeah, it's vinyl, but it looks like...
Vegan leather?
Yes, it looks like leather, yeah, but it's not. So I've wrapped the tin in that. Okay, so we'll put all those to one side. Put those over there, Mike, if I may. Mm-hmm. We need them all, so...
Just shove it all to one side.
Yep. I've also got my favourite paint as usual, indigo blue, Miss Moneypenny.
Which is the copper.
Sponge dauber and my tin plate. I've already given these 3 a coat already, because I wanted to do both sides.
Oh, okay.
Because when you stick... What we're going to do is we're going to stick them on and screw them onto there.
Right.
Oh, plus some small screws.
Right.
Forgot about that. So we just need to paint the other side because you'll be able to see it. Okay. So I'll just give those a quick coat over. There we are. Don't need a lock, it goes a long way, does this paint from Alfie and Kay?
It does.
See how, listen. I love that sound.
Yeah. Jolly good.
I never use a brush. I always try to use a sponge dauber. If you use a brush, you're going to get brush marks on it, and that's not what we're into.
Yeah. But the effect you get with the sponge dauber is more of a hammered...
It's more of a cast effect.
Yeah.
Looks like cast metal rather than being just painted.
Absolutely.
This is 2mm Medite I'm using on here. I'm using a mixture of 2 and 3. If you used all 3, it would be a little bit clumpy.
Yes. So for our viewers in the United States that have always wanted to get their hands on indigo blue products, and they're currently working with a company called, is it Collins?
Collins, yes.
Which is a distribution company.
Yeah.
And they have a network of craft stores across America.
And Canada.
And Canada, that they're hoping to start getting the indigo blue products in those stores. So if you have got a local store, if you pop in, or next time you're in there, if you ask them whether or not they deal with Collins, if they do, mention indigo blue and tell your store
what you'd like to buy.
You know, that you want to see indigo blue product in the store, and I'm sure
They were
That's the
reciprocated.
way that you can start getting the Indiegogo products in your local craft stores. So
They are quality.
they are very good.
Right, I'm just going to use the heat gun a second. So just amuse yourselves. And back into the room. Do you have a pokey tool over there, Mike, at all? Just want to poke these little pieces out.
I'd like to say yes. Would it be okay with the tweezers? Are they big enough?
No, too big. Hang on, I've got a drill bit in here I'll use.
There probably is a pokey tool in here. It's just probably...
It's alright. I just want to poke out the little bits that have been laser cut.
Drop down or
2,
fallen to one side.
3, 4. It's alright, it's done it now.
It's alright.
You're looking for future?
Well, yeah, because I am going to need it at some point.
They're all empty. Okay.
The thing is, I sometimes take it across to my other desk.
It does.
And I've got a pen pot there that I'll just slide it in because I'm too lazy to bring it back. I know my own limitations and failings.
Good. So what we're going to do now, we've got 2. This one is the large one to go on the front. So the back of the box I'm going to use is where the spine is. It still opens up, obviously. We need to put the battery inside. So let's mix up some of my magic glue. I love this glue. It's 90-second araldite. We don't need a lot.
So 90-second epoxy.
Yeah. There we go. Here's the little match there.
What was the book?
The book was... I can't remember, hang on. Trust you to ask me while I've just poured it.
It was a murder mystery.
But it was a modern one.
Right.
Not overly fond of modern ones.
Was it one that Mum gave you? Donated? After she'd read it?
Yes. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. But I think it's easy if you use no book,
Yeah.
rather than you going through acres and acres of paper, because, you know.
Well, yeah, you can just tear the top leaf off once you've done.
Yeah. So just a little
Good
bit of glue there.
Very good tip.
A little bit there.
I suppose you could do that if you're just using like glue sticks and stuff as well.
Yeah, of course you could, yeah.
Never thought of that.
So that goes onto there like that. And we'll just leave that to dry for a minute or 2. Okay. We'll come back to the front piece. So this is the one that goes, this is the piece that goes on the front. Lovely and dry. This also is to stick onto there. So, have I got the right one? Because there's 2 different ones. Mike, would you be a love and just run downstairs and get me the gold? I've got a gold one of these on the table downstairs.
Okay.
And there's just bring all 4. There's 2 of these and 2 of the covers.
Right.
Anything that's painted.
When you say cover?
Just bring it all up that's painted on the breakfast bar. Thank you.
On the peninsula.
On the peninsula unit, yes. So, let that to dry. And we'll come to this piece. Right. The reason I'm not using it on this is there's one of them is slightly bigger. As you can see, there's a lip around the outside. This one was made to go on there, but I've brought the wrong one up. So I've already
There's some painted material pieces on a ruler.
No, that's fine, thank you. These are exactly what I need.
Yes, they're on the hall table for some
Oh, are they?
reason.
Oh, they're on the radiator till I took the dog's coat off it.
Oh, right, okay. Because it's raining today.
See, that fits lovely onto there. So what we'll do is use some glossy accents. Wonderful glossy accents as normal. And a little bit... Oh dear. It's a brand new bottle.
Well, at least you've come prepared.
Not really, because I need a pin. Hang on. How are we at? We're there. It was just a little bit blocked. Glossy accents is perfect for me for making my stuff. I'll just put that onto there. There we go. You see from the back, it fits just exactly the same size.
Fantastic.
As I say, this one was slightly bigger, so there we go. So that one's sticking there. Is it stuck? Almost. I can hear it. Can you hear it, ladies and gents?
sounded like a frog.
It does sound like a frog.
Like a little tree frog.
Okay, so what I need to do now is I'm going to drill 4 holes. So bear with me. Got my trusty Dremel out here.
Ooh.
There we go. So I drill those holes out. I've now got my tiny screws. Okay. So I've got a screwdriver somewhere that I found downstairs rather than going back out into the rain. So what I need to do now is put those in there. Because I've drilled the tin, it will grip the tin as it goes in. It's already glued on, but I want to make sure that it's a little bit more solid. You know what I mean? So it doesn't drop off.
More secure.
More secure, that's the word.
Sorry if I sort of drifted off then for a moment. It's just, you know, when you think about somebody you haven't thought about for years and years and years and years and years, because something's just reminded you of them.
Yes.
Just with you talking about the Dremel. Remember Nick?
Oh, that worked for Dremel.
Yeah, we used to meet up with him at the trade shows, didn't we?
We did.
They used to have a stand and with all the hobby equipment on.
Because they made the Dremel make all the cutters.
Yeah, and we it was quite fun, wasn't it?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun, was Nick?
Yes.
Our friend Susie had the hots for him.
Yeah. Well, it was very easy on the eye.
It was very easy.
Very easy on the eye.
Not quite as easy as me, but no, we can't all be perfect, can we? Do you have a scalpel? I can just borrow a second.
There you go. Yes, but he moved over to the States, didn't he? Went to work for the parent company of Dremel.
Yes, he did.
Over in the States to head up one of their marketing divisions.
He did.
So, and then found himself a rather beautiful wife, if I seem to remember.
Oh yes, she was very attractive. She was. When you pretty gets pretty.
Well, you know.
Look at Mike and I. Or rather don't. So we've got the 4 screws, 3 screws in there. 3. And then 1 more to go in there. I could have just glued it, but if you're going to be wearing it, which you are, you don't want it to start sliding into bits. The reason I'm using my scalpel, I'm just nicking off. You might not be able to see it, but I can see it.
Oh, as it's gone through the wood.
As it's gone through the wood, it produces a little bit of I think it's called swarf.
Oh, it's very technical.
Oh, yeah,
Swarf.
Just want to put that one in a little bit more. As you see now,
very good.
It's all
looking very very secure.
It looks lovely, does that?
It does.
Okay, so that's already glued on there. That's going to go on the front. So
what's prompted this steampunky build today, did you say?
I've been thinking, well, I had quite a few comments of people that I've been talking to, and they said, can you do another build?
I just wondered whether it was anything to do with the email we got from Maggie and Brandon Arnold this morning.
Oh, of course, yeah. Maggie, good morning or good afternoon, good evening, Maggie and Brandon. They've just been to see Cirque du Soleil, Curiosity of Cabinet of Curiosities.
I think they said it was in, was it Atlanta? Yes, Atlanta.
Because it's on at the Royal Albert Hall at the moment in the UK.
That's right, in London.
Unfortunately, we can't go. We haven't got time.
No. Well, yeah, that and the distance.
Yeah, that and the cost.
Well, it's very expensive at the moment to travel down to London.
Yes, it is. Okay, so a little bit of glue just on there. We don't need a lot. This is just to stop it from moving.
So anyway, hello to Brandon and Maggie.
Yes. Yes, we'd love to have gone to seed it. Sorted it. Okay, so we'll just put that there. Just let that dry for a minute or two. Make sure it's in the middle. Excuse head if you see my head.
It's just the blonde highlights that are showing at the moment.
It's blonde, yeah, it's blonde, yeah. Thank you. It was blonde once. Right, let's put those back in there.
So do you need to...
Yeah, I'm just going to leave those to dry for a minute. So I'll just put that over there. And I need to paint these bits now. So these bits form the gauge that's going on the back. So as before, I just need to get rid of the little...
I could have done that for you.
It's alright.
Give me something to do while I'm sat here.
Just sit here in wonderment.
Marvel at your abilities.
Excuse me, he's in the bin. There we go. Okay, so the way it works is, that goes onto the base, that goes on there. The perspex sits in the top.
Try and get yourself in the middle.
Sorry, love.
So people can see.
And that goes there.
That's me shouting at you for done for the day.
Okay, that's fine then. So, then we'll paint that one gold and these two silver. So, not silver, copper. It's money pen. Oh, it's alive!
Clumsy. Do you want me to see if I've got any silver indigo blue pen?
Not silver, I want gold, please. Not
Gold.
silver.
Oh, I definitely haven't got any gold.
Yeah, I've got a gold, it's there. Just seen it there.
Oh.
It's telling me porcupines, ladies and gents.
It's just coming in at the side there. You seem to be quite zoomed in, actually.
I am. Shall I zoom out a little bit?
Just go a little bit further out.
Would you do it, please? Yes,
Okay.
you're better at it than I am.
Just widen the scope a tad.
Oh, that's better.
Hang on, let's just go a
I was
bit.
getting a bit claustrophobic there.
There we go.
Thank you. My fault, sorry. So just...
This camera that we're using for the overhead is now probably approaching 8 and 9 years old.
Yeah, it is. It's worrying.
No, it's not. It's 4 years old. Because we got a replacement just before we got burgled, didn't we?
Yeah, we were in Leeds.
That's right. Yeah, because that old one. So this one's about 4 years old. So it's not like 4K or anything. So it's still on that cusp of older technology. It's just that cameras are so expensive to replace these days.
Gosh, yeah.
We were looking at the new Logitech Mevo system yesterday, weren't we?
Oh, yes.
Where you have 3 Wi-Fi enabled cameras that you can do from 3 multiple angles at once. And even that was like £1,000 for that setup, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's just silly money they want.
The problem for us with the cameras is that we need one that has a connection cable that will go into the back of a TV.
Because we have a flat screen TV in front of us so we can see what's happening.
We can see what's being recorded, yeah.
If not, you just do it and you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, so it has to have that HDMI connector.
A bit more of that.
So,
Yeah.
and it's so difficult these days to go into a store and actually look at cameras because
Try finding a store.
Exactly, you try finding a store that actually sells this sort of stuff these days. Most of it's online now, and you can't really get. They never tell you the full spec,
No, they
do
don't.
they? Online.
No. Do you remember that webcam you bought? The one quite a while ago, and it was that bad. It was you couldn't actually see anything.
Oh yeah, it was a Chinese one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be like high definition this and high definition that, and you could do 10 times magnification zoom and all this kind of stuff. But the actual
It was actually
the
rubbish.
actual chip on it was appalling. The CMOS chip was absolutely appalling. You had to have something like a direct light on it before it
Yeah,
could
you
pick up
did.
any detail.
You did.
It was rubbish.
Right, so I'm just going to use. I've just seen it has one there. May I use that one, Mike?
Yeah, you can. It's only had a little bit of vintage photo. Not vintage photo. I think it was antique linen on it.
It looks a bit like antique linen.
It was antique linen because it's still next to it.
There we go.
So yes, I am in the market for a new camera at the moment.
So if anybody out there works for anybody that makes really nice cameras, get in touch.
Yes, I'd love to review one for free.
Trouble is though, the people that want you to review them normally sell a bag of crap. Some of the stuff is awful, isn't it? And you won't do it.
No, I'm not going to recommend rubbish. I want something that I've actually tried and tested.
Yeah.
I'm having problems trying to sort out the Amazon page at the moment. For quite some time I've wanted to redo an Amazon shopping page, you know, products that I use regularly, like an Amazon list, like an affiliate page.
Yeah, so people that buy it, they buy it and you get a little percent, don't you?
Tiny little percentage, it's not huge. I mean, come on, it's Amazon when all said and done. But the problem that I've got is that if I do links to products from Amazon.com, which is obviously the American side,
Yes.
I don't get paid because I haven't got an American bank account.
Ah, you get vouchers, don't you?
I get paid in vouchers.
Which are about as much use as a chocolate teapot.
That can only be spent on Amazon.com.
Yeah.
Well, we can't even spend them on Amazon.co.uk, which is the UK side.
Yes.
But if I do links to the UK side, to Amazon.co.uk, then I do get paid in proper money.
Yeah. Not fair, is it?
Again, not a lot.
Pennies, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pennies.
But pennies soon build up, don't they?
They do.
Right, so I'll just dry these, if I may. Back in a tick. Okay, so these are all dry now, which is good news. So they should go together like that.
Very cool.
Okay, we'll come back to this. I have actually just drilled the holes in these. You've seen me drill holes. One hole's pretty much like another drilled hole. So I've just got my 4 screws to go in here. There we go.
Lovely
One,
stuff.
and just get rid of the swarf. It's practically impossible to see, but I can see it, so you know what I'm like. One. And I also think when you put screws in, it helps it to give it that authentic look.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's authentic because it is. You have actually screwed them together. Just because you've added a bit of glue in there doesn't make any difference.
The glue just makes it easier to hold it together,
When you're making furniture, you use screws and glue together. So it is authentic.
This is true. 1, 2, 3. These little tins are so easy to drill, just very, very thin.
Mm.
But that won't go anywhere now.
But they're the perfect size to hold a 9-volt battery as well.
They are indeed the perfect size to hold a 9-volt battery. Just put that in there. I'll just check, see if they're all fastened up correctly. And as you see from the inside, that you can hardly see the screws, but they are there and they are holding it on.
Fabulous.
Because you only need the merest.
It's like looking inside the TARDIS in there.
Right, so that's that. So we've got those are fastened together.
It's all coming together.
It's going together beautifully. Okay, so next I need to sort out the top and the bottom. Okay.
Lovely.
The bottom is going to be glued. I'm going to glue just that straight piece on the bottom there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use glossy accents. So we'll glue that on and leave that for a quarter of an hour to set.
Oh, time for a cuppa.
Time for a cuppa. So what I'll do, I'll just...
Nice cup of tea.
I like to put plenty on. So basically it'll sit in a bath of the glossy accent and it'll start to dry almost immediately. There we are. There we go. Because as you see, it's just got a little rim around there.
Oh, right, yeah. So the rest will flood in underneath.
Yeah.
And then grip and hold it, won't
That's theory. Does practice work?
Yes.
Yes. This is not my first rodeo. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can see it kind of like lifting up the outside.
Yeah, you can see there.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah. Difficult to see, but it is doing it.
Yeah, it is. So let's leave that to dry. While you're away, I'm going to glue these 3 pieces together and drill a hole in and paint them, ready to go on the top.
Oh, lovely.
So back in 2 shakes. Okay, so all my little bits are dry now to make me little dial with. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to put some glue on the back of the gold ring, which is actually the backing piece to stick the little print into. There we go. It's a bit dinky, isn't it? Excuse the head with my blonde highlights. Then I'll put the outer ring on. Just a little bit of glossy accents, you don't need a lot. I love this stuff. Best glue in the world, I think. Mike's laughing, he's behind me. Okay.
I'm working rather than sitting over his shoulder for a change.
So that's that. Just want to get off now the little bits of glossy accent that's oozed out, as it will, because it's only a very, very thin little piece of MDF. Just using the scalpel blade. I'm not digging in, just running it round the outside. Okay, and then just need to take the paper off the perspex. I love that noise, the peely off noise. Can't get it, but I've got no nails. Just use a bit of a scalpel blade. There we go. Listen to that. Oh.
That's a good one.
And then there's a little bit of glue in there already, so I just push that down into there.
Look at that, perfect fit.
And the glue will hold that in.
See, I've just been having some FOMO over there.
Oh, have you?
So, yeah.
Oh dear.
See, I've sat listening, thinking, what's he doing? So I've just got up and come across. Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
FOMO.
FOMO.
I want to see what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Just making a little dial up, and then that covers up the join.
Very good.
I use very large ones on the machines that I build. These are rather dinky little ones.
Well, it's a small machine, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a small item.
Yeah, so we'll let those dry for 5 minutes. And while you're away, I'm just going to go in the garage and drill a hole in there so I can pop on the eye. The eye will sit into there, you see.
All right.
So I just need to drill a hole there, and I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Poor lamb.
Poor lamb. Even if I do say so myself, this is going rather well. So I've drilled a hole in the tin there. Just going to put the wire through for the flashing eye. Put that through there. Push it through. It's got caught, as it always does. Oh yeah. There we are. Okay, just a little bit of glossy accents on the back. Don't need a lot. Just wanted just to secure it. It's on the ring it's on is a piece of sprayed medite, so it should bond fairly quickly, and then just push through and hold. I'm trying to get an equal gap all the way around like that. Just a minute or two, just hold that. While I was downstairs, I realised that I had the small iris before, if you remember. I've found a bigger one now, so that'll go on top of there, which is going to look mega. I've also been downstairs for a small switch. The reason I say downstairs is I work in the garage, that's my domain, but I'm filming obviously with Mike today up in his studio. That's right, isn't it, Mike?
More the office than my
The office.
More of a shared space.
More of a shared space, yeah, he's quite right. Okay, so we'll let that dry for a minute. Okay, so let's turn that over. Just need to pop that onto that. So a tiny little bit of glue just around the outside. Don't need a lot. If you use a lot, it goes everywhere and it looks awful. So look, there we are. We're in the middle there. I think we are. In the middle, ladies and gents. Yep, I think we are. We are in the middle. There we are. Yeah. Do that for a minute or two to dry. I've already got the dial made. So what I need to do, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. I'll be back to you in a second, and we'll fit the switch, which is actually going to go on the bottom. Funny place to have a switch, isn't it, Mike, on your bottom?
It is.
Well, good place as any, I suppose. Okay, so that's nicely dry now. What I need to do is attach this iris mechanism. So what I'm going to do, if you remember what I did on the base, I covered the base in glossy accent. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to cover that. Nice steady hand. You don't need a lot. Just a nice steady coat. It gives you the added bonus as well. It gives you a different texture, because obviously with it being the paint, it's like a bit of a matte metallic. But if you once you get glossy accents on, it just becomes alive. It looks like it's been enamelled. I suppose in a way it has, because it's glossy accents. It's a resin type enamel that you use. There we go. Just fast forward this bit, and then you can join me when I've just about finished. Just fast forwarding this bit.
Oh, okay. I can't go this moment.
I'm back into the room. that was quick. Right, let's have a look. There we are. Okay, so that's now got a lovely even coating of glossy accents, as you can see from the way the light's hitting it. And what I'm going to do now, this wants to go, I would say, probably in that position there, to the right hand side. So I'll just drop that on. Excuse me a minute while I just have a quick look. Oh, that's beautiful. So, as you can see, it's beginning to, it's climbed up the sides of the metal. So it's just going to sit in there, leave that for an hour, and I'll be back. But for you, it's just 2 minutes. Right, so that's all dry now, or nearly dry. I'm not pushing it at the moment, it's nearly dry. So got the little switch to go on it as well. Got to turn it on and off, obviously. So the switch is going to go on the bottom. There we are. So we need to just drill a little hole, a couple of little holes in there to put the switch on. I think I've just marked them with I've got a scalpel. I'll just put the scalpel blade end in just there, and just there to mark where I need to drill them. Okay, and then just hold that up. Just hold on to that while it's drying. So that wants to go onto that. That. Got two tiny little little screws. I say tiny, they're massive to what the other ones are, but they're still small screws. I'll just screw that into that. There we are. One. Oh, I thought I'd lost the other one for a minute. So we've now got the on and off. What I need to do now is I need to go in the garage and just drill some holes in there, a little bit bigger than this, because I've got to get the wires through. And then we can put, well, we're doing that actually, we'll put the little gauge on the back for now. There we are. Oh, you can't see it there with the reflection, there we are. So just a little bit of glossy accents on the back. It's actually made to hang from a belt, so that will be the top and the switch is on the bottom. So make sure we stick it on the right way up. Let's have a look. These little dials are so dinky. Make sure they're all lined up. There we are. That's on there. So what we'll do is just leave that to dry for 5 minutes, drill the holes, and we'll be back ready for the final few little flourishes, connection, etc, etc, etc. So as you can see, I've drilled 2 holes in the switch. This will allow me to thread through. I've run up the stairs actually. I'll tell you what's nice about these tins, Mike, with all the mints in. They smell nice.
They smell nice, do they?
Yeah, they do, very nice. So what I need to do now is just to push down the wires carefully, because when the battery goes in, I don't want the battery to cut the wires.
Oh, I see. So you're just like trying to push them to one side so there's a cavity for the battery to go into.
Yes, there we are. Right.
Comfortably.
Okay, so I'm going to put this. This is the live from the eye, and I'm going to try and thread that through one of the holes.
Cool, blimey, that's going to be a bit fiddly, isn't it?
Should be alright. There we are. Right, just pass me a Floris wire.
I forgot I had that.
Yeah, so did I. I've run out of mine months ago. Just thread it on like that. Excuse me, do it so you can see. Like that. Through that. Nice and tight. Then we just thread.
Oh, and lose it like a needle.
If I've made the holes big enough, it should
just slide through.
Should slide through. This is where I'm called. This is what it calls me a liar. Doesn't
not quite made it big enough.
No, it's not. It's not that. I think I've wound it too. I don't think I've wound it round the end, so it's catching.
Oh, I see.
So.
Well, this is the sort of thing that comes with experience, isn't it?
Yeah, and I need some.
What experience?
Yeah. Right. Let's try again. And if we can't, we'll do it off camera. But I think it should just go through like that.
No, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Straight through.
Lovely jubbly. And then the next one.
To do the same thing for the black.
No. You don't switch on both sides, you'll blow it up.
Oh.
Battery. You've always switched on the red side.
So I thought you had to have a break in the circuit.
You do, but I'm only switching on the live side.
Oh, right, so it's red in, red out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
okay.
Some people do put them both in and then they say, my battery's red out, what have I done wrong?
Yeah. Just moving the light a little bit, blinding me.
There we go, and then that one through
Yeah,
there.
you do the break in the same colour.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
If not, you short it out. So, just use nature's own wire cutter. Would you nip downstairs and just get me a small screwdriver like that, but a flat one, not a Phillips one? There's one in the drawer in the kitchen.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And rare use.
Let's have a look. There we go. And then just Michael come up with the appropriate screwdriver. There we are. Just need to undo that and that one and put them in. There we go. That's already on the back, as you can see. That's already dry on the front. Here he comes, I can hear him now.
Too quick. Taking it steady.
Thank you very much. Just open that. Put that into there. Not quite enough. I'm glad I'm filming in here rather than the garage. I'd have got soap walking backwards and forwards.
And it's an absolutely awful day today, isn't it? It's supposed to have stopped raining now, but it hasn't.
Let's have a look. We're nearly there. There we are.
Well, according to the weather forecast, it's just breezy, but the sun's out.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
It's not though.
It's not what it looks like out the window, I'll tell you now.
That's one. And two. There we are. Put those in there like that. We'll just thread the rest of it back through. Obviously the battery one is that one, and that one's from the LED. There we are. Put the top on the switch. Get rid of a bit of sawdust off there. So now we've got the switch in position. So we just need to put this one together. We'll do the black ones. I pull them off with my teeth.
Such a gentleman.
That's better.
It's not necessarily pulling off the teeth, it's the way you spit them on the carpet.
There we go. I will solder that later, but for now that'll be ideal. Onto there. A little bit of tape to...
Electrical tape.
It's only 9 volt, it wouldn't really hurt anything, but let's just do it properly like we always do.
Oh, talking of doing it properly. Hello.
Monsieur Puppy's here.
Yes, hello, Monsieur le Puppy.
He's just woken up, he's been asleep for the past 2 hours.
Are you coming in then? Yeah.
There we are.
Ooh, time for a cuddle.
Right, let's just see what happens. I've got my battery, 9 volt battery.
I'm not had a cuddle today, have I? Yeah.
That on there, like that. See, that then will slide inside the tin.
So I'm just having a little cuddle.
Alright, it's okie dokie, no problem at all. And that pushes
Hello, little one.
the wires down with it, or it's supposed to push the wires down with it. Let's have a look. There we are. I don't like it when it makes clicking noises. Let's have a look. I'll come back to you in a minute when I've got it in. Okay, so the last thing we need to do now, I've actually got the battery inside with the top shut, is to add... I've run upstairs and had a drink of tea, that was a bit of a mistake.
I've got my coffee downstairs.
That is going to glue onto the top there. So what I'll do is I'll just rough the surface up with a scalpel. Is it called a key, Mike? It is,
yeah.
isn't it?
Can you not use an emery board for that? You scratch it with an emery board.
You could do, yeah. I've just used a scalpel blade just to dig in quite deep. A little bit more glue. We'll use some more of the quick glue, 90-second. By scoring the surface, it gives the glue something to grip into. If you don't do it, it'll look nice. As soon as you put it on, you could knock it and it might come off, and that's not what we want. That's not what we pride ourselves on, is it?
Try not to. Don't like knocking things off.
I don't like things being broken and customers bringing them back. That's never happened to me, actually.
No.
Oh, sorry. It did last year with one lady who smashed the machine completely.
But didn't she walk into somebody with it?
She did. She walked into a wall with it and then brought it back and said it's broken. I'm not going into that. We'll sort that out when we get there. Needless to say, I wasn't very happy. On account I'd already mended it for her once. There we go. So, just need to bring that down onto there. We could always glue it on with glossy accents like we did with the other piece, but
what?
I haven't got time.
Right.
So
glossy accents takes longer to dry.
it does. It takes a lot longer to dry. So let's just leave that there for 5 minutes. There we are. That's it.
You got it?
I think so, yes. Yeah, I just want it to be nice and square on top, which it is, I think. Yep, so we'll leave that to dry for 5 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, so that's all dry now, and I've just put that hook in there with a little bit of epoxy glue to set for just 5 minutes, and then we're ready to just decorate.
What are they called again?
I can't remember. I'm calling them split pins, but they're not.
No, it's is it like a Boston pin or something like that?
Oh yes, yeah. Just going to put some decoration on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm not sure where it or how it got its name, but I'm sure it's something like that. Anyway.
Yeah, it is, because yes, there are actually supports that goes into windows, I think.
Don't they also get used for like shelf supports?
I think so, yeah.
So you drill a hole in the side of a bookshelf, and then the
You
shelf
get 2
itself
parts
rests
to
on
it,
top.
yes. Yeah, 'cause you get a little socket with them. Just put some 4 rivets on there. And 4 rivets on there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Very good.
And then we'll just leave all this to set, and then we will have a final drum roll and an eye turn on.
The big reveal.
The big reveal. You'll get where I'm coming from with it when I turn it on. Or you might not know where I'm coming from when I turn it on. I'm happy where I am anyway.
It might just make no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, it won't make any sense, but if you use your imagination, because I know you've all got an imagination out there.
Yes, but that's steampunk for you, isn't it?
It is. So
Doesn't have to make sense.
no, so that now is setting nicely. So I'll just leave that on there. Sorry, put it in the middle. There we go.
Just to set for a few minutes.
Few minutes, and then I'll be back and we'll do the final drum roll.
You've just turned the TV
I've
off.
just turned the TV off, it's got a faulty connection. Well, we're all dry now. So we've got the top on, we've got the split pin on top, and we have... Should I turn one of these lights off, mate?
Should we turn them both off? Ready?
Ready? And hang on, and that one.
Oh, now it's dark.
You can't see it because it's not bright enough.
What's not bright enough?
Hang on.
It's the focus, I
I
think.
think it is.
There you go. Just lift it up.
There.
Focus is coming now, look.
Yeah. And then put the lights back on, Mike. 1, 2, 3. So there you are. So that's what it looks like.
Then you can close the iris up as much as you want.
Open it up.
Or close it.
I'll close it.
Just so it's a little flashy light.
Comes with a little hanger, so you can hang it on a belt
Or in a bag.
or in a bag.
Mm.
It's got the little TARDIS dematerialisation dial on the back. And
Cool.
It's dinky. It only measures. What does it measure? It measures from the end of the switch to the end of there. It's 5 inches, so it's not very big.
No. Was that to the end of the clip?
Yeah, about 5 inches. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, 5.5 inches from there to there.
See, nimble fingers. I'd never be able to do all the intricate wire work and stuff on the inside.
Yeah. It's just knowing what to do.
Cool.
So that's it. We've got the 4 rivets on the side. It's in Doctor Who blue.
TARDIS blue.
TARDIS blue. So that's my project for today. If you're interested in what I've made, drop me an email and we'll talk about delivery, etc. I'm not putting it on the website. I've only got one. So if you're interested, drop me an email and we'll have a chat.
Fantastic. Lovely. So if you've enjoyed watching Ian create his little steampunky machine today, please remember to give the video a thumbs up because it really does help the channel. Don't forget to share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from us for now.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you all very soon.
Bye for now.
Get out the way.
The eyes.
The eyes have it.
The eyes of Laura Mars. Was that a book?
Or film.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget to check out your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. Thank you.